Russell. And Russell has made a champion out of Real Salt Lake.
Robbie Russell scored the game-winning penalty to send Landon Donovan and David Beckham packing, and RSL got to hoist the MLS Cup as champions in 2009. He joins us now, Dr. Robbie Russell. Doc, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Thanks for coming on right now. Your life has taken, I think, what a lot of us would consider an incredible turn. But when I started preparing for the interview, I started looking at what you did as a soccer player before you went into medicine. You went to Duke. You were drafted by the Galaxy, but you chose to go play in Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. So you've always taken the unusual path, the path less traveled.
It's been, I guess I've always been a fan of the sport, taking me to new places, and I was always very happy with how my career turned out, and I got to see some really amazing places. So there's no complaints here in terms of the stuff I've done to this point in terms of soccer.
Well, you got the 4 years with RSL, 2008 through 2011. You went back and finished up with a couple of years at DC United. And now you're a doctor in Charlottesville, and you work in emergency rooms. I would think there's never been a time that's been more exciting, more interesting, and possibly more scary. Have I hit on any of the right words, or there's a word or a combination of words I should be hitting on right now?
I mean, one of the things that drew me to emergency medicine was the fact that there's a little bit of a mystery in terms of, what comes in the door every day. It's exciting. It's exactly right in terms of understanding how it can be attractive to, someone with my background. But I would say frightening is definitely, one description that has kind of highlighted the last couple, weeks. I think there's a lot of stress, a lot of tension going on right now. With the current situation we're in, but I couldn't be prouder to be in the field that I'm in and working with the people that I work with every day right now.
So correct me if I'm wrong on this. You retired at age 33. You went straight back into schooling to get on this path for a medical career, and sometimes life imitates art. Do you ever hear from any of the people you work with about Patricia Heaton and that show she's in, Carol's Second Act, where she's in her 50s going back to into medicine? Do you hear about that?
I hear about all kinds of people that I think it's one of those things when, people hear my story and they, discover kind of going back to school at an older age. Honestly, I'm surprised at how many people do it nowadays. It seems to be becoming more the norm than it is kind of an oddity. I think especially with the modern economic climate, like people have to kind of reinvent themselves sometimes when, the jobs that they started off with aren't paying the bills, or if they discover that it's not the passion that drives them. So I actually have run into lots of different people that have kind of decided to, flip a U-ey, so to speak, and try out a different career path. And the fact that, education is a little bit more readily available for the older student plays a big role in that. I know when I was going back to school and trying to figure out my credits, we didn't have post-bac programs when I graduated from college. And so that was one godsend for me that I was able to do that in kind of a shortened time frame and didn't have to redo all of my 4 years at school.
So now you're at you went through George Washington. Now you're at the University of Virginia as an ER resident in Charlottesville, Virginia. And all the other stresses in your life, you only get to be with your family part-time. Can you explain how that's working?
It's working as much as we can make it work. Right now, right after I kind of made my match decision, decided to come down here to Charlottesville, my wife ended up getting one of her dream jobs back in DC. And so we decided to kind of do where I come down, I live in an apartment down here in Charlottesville while I'm working, and then I kind of go back on days off. Unfortunately, ever since this pandemic has started, we thought it would be safer with me kind of being in a higher risk exposure situation to maybe hold off on kind of trips home, just to make sure that I don't risk the chance of bringing anything home to the kids and to my wife, who's also pregnant right now.
So, well, congratulations on that. How many kids will this be for you?
This will be my third.
Third. Congratulations on that. So some of the numbers you're talking about, and I know it's playing out differently in different cities and different parts of the country, but I was reading about the state of Virginia in preparation for this. Over 2,600 positive cases in Virginia, 51 deaths, 431 people hospitalized. But I've been reading that from hospital to hospital is different. Some hospitals are pretty empty because there's no elective procedures going on, conserving masks and all the PPE we've heard about. Other places are seeing quite a few cases, and some are just getting overwhelmed. The hospital you're at, where do you fit in that scale?
We're in Central Virginia. We're the main hospital in Central Virginia. We also have kind of a air ambulance service as well as a ground ambulance service, and so we service a very large, wide range of geographic area. We're in the kind of preparation stages for what we're expecting to be increased numbers in our area. We are the COVID hospital in our area, and so it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when we start seeing kind of our surge. I think right now our surge is predicted to be the beginning of next month or the month after that. And so we are doing the best we can to kind of prepare for what we expect to be rising numbers. But right now we're a little bit we're not anywhere near capacity. We're able to handle the cases we have at the moment. And so I think right now we're in a good spot where we have time to prepare.
Did anything in your first life as a soccer player prepare you for your second life in medicine, and especially for what you're going through here?
I'd like to say it helped me prepare for high stress situations. But honestly, I think the biggest strength that I've had being an ex-athlete is just my team mentality. The idea that I can, be in the trenches with people, so to speak, and be on the front line and kind of look at the guy next to me and look at the nurse, look at the tech, look at the doctor that's sitting next to me, and know that we're all on the same team, in the same fight, trying to just help people. And that is one of the most inspiring and one of the biggest things that gives me passion when I work in this field.
So you mentioned the team. When you were playing for RSL, you were the veteran, and Tony Beltran was the young guy, and you were, setting him up for his career. His career's over now. He's the assistant general manager. Did you talk to him or maybe some of your other teammates?
Absolutely. I talk to Tony all the time. Not as much as I'd like, but, as life kind of pulls you apart and makes it more difficult to stay in touch, I've been really blessed to know that I've stayed in touch with a bunch of the guys from that old career, and Tony's one of those guys. And when he was retiring, it did nothing except for make me feel really, really old. But I was so happy to hear that he had kind of transitioned back into the club, and the club that's really dear to my heart. So it's really nice to know when you have good guys kind of taking spots in that club. And I really hope that once the season gets back into place, we can do some great things, and he can put something back into that team.
Hamas Olave is coaching. Javier Morales is coaching. Chris Wingard is an agent. And Kyle Beckerman's still playing. How about that?
And his dreadlocks are gone, which is also a very scarring moment for me as well.
All right. Last thing before I let you go. Any message for RSL fans?
Just know that, I'm still part of the RSL family. And I know we recently had our anniversary of the championship, and I was sorry I couldn't be there, but I still, every time I watch that movie, I still get goosebumps and watch that video. So I will definitely be an RSLer, till I die. So I really love my time in Salt Lake, and I really love that team, and I really wish the best, and good luck to all those guys once the season gets restarted.
Well, Robbie, thanks for a few minutes, and good luck with whatever challenges you are about to face as you go to work every day. I know a lot of RSL fans will be pulling for you. Good luck.
Thank you, guys, and I'll be pulling for all you guys too. Stay safe out there.